All right, guys, you're welcome for another, episode of the show that gives you analytical touch of what is going on in the beautiful world of football. And there's so much excitement. We might jump out of football and talk about Lewis Hamilton and Ferrari, the plenty money, Mission 44, all that engagement and what it portend. Are we still going to be mastered or Sir Lewis Hamilton will come back and get title number 8? In my own opinion, I felt like they created all this drama, especially when the car came in and allowed Max Verstappen to win 2 seasons ago, and that continued. I just think that it was put there so that Lewis Hamilton will wait for it, or probably not even get the number 8 and stay. I mean, conspiracy theory is cooking up in my head, but that's one side of the talk. There is Manchester United. Talked about it earlier on the sports buffet, but I'm going to bring it up here for the experts, for the guys, the team to talk about it. I think that we've reached a place now where truly there is the devil in the details and devil is in the house. Because Manchester United have done everything needed to be done to save that team. They've invested money from Ed Woodward up until now. Money's been spent. Some people say the money is not wisely spent, but I don't understand what the definition of wisely spent means. And a whole lot. Again, EU have removed Roman Abrahamovic from the list of benefactors from the Russian government. What does that portend for Chelsea? As a Chelsea fan, would the barrister subscribe to Roman Abramovich coming to take his club back? Because let's not forget, even though the club have been sold to Todd Boehly and Egbali and the rest, it's not been officially signed off by Roman Abramovich. That's why the money has not been spent. There's so many to talk about. And then the Arsenal conundrum. 1 minute, this is supposed to be the season where Arsenal wins the title. Good news that Man City was struggling. And then they managed to huff and puff, get to the January transfer window. It looked like if they go to the market and get the needed strikers, they will run the slot machine to the end. And it does look like an slot machine is beginning to meet some clog. But Arsenal have once again, become their own worst enemy. With the youth, save them. Remember, it was Alan Hansen, the former Liverpool man, that said, you cannot win with youth. And Sir Alex Ferguson was able to prove him wrong with the youths like David Beckham, Gary Neville, Phil Neville, Nicky Butt, Paul Scholes, Ryan Giggs, and the likes. But then that team had a man who I regarded the greatest player to ever play in the Premier League. His name is Eric Cantona. Does Arsenal have an Eric Cantona? A catalyst who turns Leeds into champions, who turns Manchester United into champion, winning 4 titles out of 5. If he had not gone out for that Crystal Palace, suspension, maybe Blackburn Rovers would not have been champions. There's so much to talk about on the show today. Let me start with the barrister from Ghana. It's a whole lot that is. We talked about Ghana last week. Let's not dwell on Ghana again. But Charlie, Chelsea, as it stands today, you guys are buying players from Uzbekistan. You guys don't have a goalkeeper. You guys have owners who are more interested in cricket, crocodiles, things that are not football related. The Portuguese will say "covadis." It's a Latin maxim that says, "Where do we go from here?" And you're a lawyer, so I could spill that to you. Where do we go from here with Chelsea? Marcus.
Yes, please. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Where do we go from here? We trust the process. I mean, I was smiling when he said Roman Abramovich has been removed from the list, and I just thought about it. I've missed the Roman era. Going to let him come back. Like I said, he was forced to keep his darling club out. I'm sure by some. I mean,
Criminal elements.
unmerited Manchester United. Unmerited Manchester United supporting criminals in power who could just bully it. But wow, I mean, it's been 2, 3 years. We are getting used to that.
Coming from a Chelsea fan, that
You needed to throw that in, Sha. Manchester United. I don't understand.
I don't know. The Chelsea fan shouldn't be saying that.
Well, another Man United baby face looking assassin and criminal is speaking back. Let me continue. I mean, it's been 2, 3 years now. it's been 2, 3 years now. I mean, if I get my timeline correct, and in as much as this, I mean, new ownership, Bolly, whichever, consulting with a whole lot of people, I'm sure. I mean, one of the yeah would even have shares inside that we don't know about. It's like we call it Fefeko, but take coins from it, take coins from here, and put it together. We don't know what they are doing. Everyone has a say, everyone wants to make a decision. But at least for now, I think we are getting to a structure. At least we have an identity. We are building the youth. It's a long-term project, and I've gotten used to. Okay, let's give away a few years now, and I think we are even on an accelerated progress. Even though Chelsea were trying to deceive me that we are getting back to the old times very soon. For me, I've set my mind to give them a few years and let's go because the structure long term, assuming other things goes as well, it will be back. So now for Roman to come back, break the structure, are we going back to buying superstars, bringing out players? Are we going back to what increasing the age and all that? I think where we go now is just trust the process and let's see what they have because it looks like we are now getting a clear structure and we are getting at least results. We got used to our 10 game, 11 game margin, in which we look like, yes, we are back to being title contenders. But Chelsea is actually making progress. This is where we are supposed to be. Save for people like Sanchez, who don't even deserve to play for Enugu Rangers 13 and Kumasi Asante was 14. But trust the process and we'll be fine. So not to bring Roman.
While we're trusting the process, there's a big elephant in the room as it pertains to Chelsea. And everybody's pretending like that is not happened. Mikhailo Modric tested positive for banned drug, I don't know. And somewhere along the line, we're hearing 8 years ban, life ban, he would retire from football. You know, when you look at this, as an Arsenal fan, it is poetic justice, serves you right. That's what an Arsenal fan will say. You jump out of nowhere, you know, in worry, in local parlance, say you colobi us, we laid us on the road and steal our bushmeat. But this bushmeat has come with poison. It's serious poison. What do you make of it as a fan? Let's leave the board, the coaches. What do you make of the whole Mikhailo Modric conundrum at Chelsea?
As a fan, I mean, I was laughing at this thing because I was like, so he took drugs to enhance his performance, and that was what he was giving us. Then without the drugs, oh God, what are we signed? To be honest, because I'm one of the few Chelsea fans I think who would have faith in Modric. That if Modric is supposed to give us even 80% of what he can be, even from Shakhtar, we have, a very, very, very.
He has not given you 5%. You're looking for 80%. If he even give you 50%, it's fine.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. That if he was using drugs or to boost his performance, this is what we're getting. Then I'm sorry for my club. But like you said, hopefully he can get back and let's do something. We always talk about his confidence. He has how to do right decision, but some things are basic. When to shoot, and you have all the quality. So I don't know what's going on. For you to take drugs and still be playing as, for the want of a better word, parental guidance, as shitty as he was, I've even forgotten that he's a Chelsea player because I've not missed him back in the setup. So all the best to him.
Let me jump to Habib quickly. Hardly do you see players talk shit about a team that they are still playing for. But then you could see the nuance, the body language, the social media posts of players that have left Man United on loan. They are not fully out of the club. The Jadon Sancho, Marcus Rashford, and the rest. And you could interpret or translate or infer that they are throwing jabs at their club, their parent club, not their former club, their parent club. What do you make? And then on the other hand, you look at a lot of the players that have left Man United on loan. Anthony Martial, Memphis Depay, who left a couple of seasons ago, Angel Di Maria, when he left Manchester United. They leave Man United and they find a form that is even greater than the form they were in before Man United signed them. Is this a time to conclude that Man United actually is a career-killing club for both players and coaches as it stands today? And then on the second hand, what do you have to say about Jadon Sancho and Marcus Rashford indirectly or subtly jibing the club that still pays their bill? Habib.
Thank you. Thank you, Nafi. It's nice to be back. I'm going to answer your first question. And in the words of Jose Mourinho, and I quote, see how they play, if they play, and when they play. every player that has left Manchester United, I think I could argue that most of them have not been. I don't think they've done justice to their supposedly talents.
Really? Anthony
Yes,
Martial is doing well in Greece.
in Greece of
Anthony
all
is
places.
playing in Betis.
You big innocent looking liar.
Wait, I will answer those questions.
Anthony
Pogba,
just scored a goal yesterday, won the goal.
Pogba in his documentary said he's going to show Manchester United plans. Yeah, blah 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 blah. He got injured. Now he's been banned for drug. Now he's getting back.
He's coming
Anthony
back. He will
Martial,
show you people.
he will show us. He will show us from his injury prone area. Anthony Martial went to Greece. You would think for all of his talent, he will be playing in Real Madrid and the big clubs like that. Anthony that we signed is in Real Betis, and it's fine if he's doing well. Real Betis is level. It's fine if you are doing well. Like there's nothing wrong in that. If you find your level in Real Betis, it's fine. Manchester United is a big fish, and the pressure in Manchester United is different.
Which Manchester United? This one or the former one?
This one, even as bad as we have,
relegation strugglers.
See, the fact that you leave Manchester United and you are doing well in another club is not a testament of how bad Manchester United is. It's a testament of how bad the player is, and the player cannot play well under pressure. It's fine. You go to Imba, you play well in Imba.
Not to cut you, but when Zexi and all those people are starting United, that was the big fish.
Sorry?
Zexi and all those people are wearing a United jersey. He said big fish. Wow,
Yeah.
interesting.
Where does Zexi come from? Bologna. What is Bologna? And you are playing in Manchester United, probably the biggest club in the world. So coming from Bologna and you are playing in Manchester
Biggest
United,
club in the world?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So Marcus Rashford, you would think with all of his talents, he's going to be playing in Barcelona or Real Madrid. But where is he? Aston Villa.
Barcelona couldn't afford him.
No, even if they could afford him, let's look at it. Who is he going to bench? He can't bench Rafinha.
Somebody. We don't know, but somebody.
He can't bench Yamal. He can't even play in Real Madrid. He can't even play in PSG. He can't play in Bayern. So these players that we think that are all there, when they leave Manchester United, they don't do well. So I would say yes, Manchester United is a big club. The pressure is too much. They cannot deliver week in, week out. So when they
should
go
be
to
ashamed of yourself right now, Sha. Your
when
children and your
they-
grandchildren will be ashamed of you for this thing that you just said.
And after you know that phrase, water has found his level, right? Yes, they found their level, and it's fine. It's okay. If he's doing it in Real Betis, that's good for him.
I think I would
Bobby, I
find.
don't know if
I think I will find the truth from Bobby. Let me go to Bobby. Bobby, Manchester United. When the season started, you were the one that told us, okay, Ruben Amorim is coming. We should not raise too much hope. Abib hope for a better Man United than what we have currently. But you're the one that said, oh, we shouldn't expect too much, this, that. But in all of that, this Manchester United, this very Man United that was seeing now, was this what you expected?
Was this what I expected? Yes, it's what I expected. It's what I expected because if you check the team under Ten Hag, they couldn't contend with the demands of Eric Ten Hag's style. Yeah. So if they couldn't contend with his style, how will they contend with that of Amorim, which is more demanding, which is more alien to them? Because these players have a low IQ, which is more alien to them. How will they contend? So I expected this because his game it requires players with intensity. It requires players with the right IQ. Requires players who know how to interplay and everything. These players do not have these things, even discipline, tactical discipline, positional discipline. These players don't have, and the key players who will come into this team or who are being used in this team, the Brunos, the Dallos, they don't have this. So what is happening now is not. I expected this right from time. I expected this was going to happen. That's why when people were saying, "Yeah, Amorim is a good manager, he will change," I said, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Some people said, okay, the reason why they brought him in November when he wanted to come in summer. It's because he will be backed in January. I knew they won't back him in January because where is the money? Where is the so-called money? They don't want to put their money into the club, and they don't want to sell the right players to raise funds. They would rather go and sell the young players who have talent, who are not yet proven, who haven't been given time to prove themselves, the likes of the Garnacho and the Maino, for example, to raise money to buy those players. And even when they sell such players, I believe that they won't even put bulk of that money to buy new players. I believe some of them will be put in either to service debt, offset debt. So I wasn't expecting any magic in January. I was expecting what is happening now to happen. And if we still get it, there's even more to happen. We are not even at the end. There's still more that is going to happen because this team, oh man, there's still more that is going to happen.
Let me back Bobby then. I think I agree with Bobby. Well, like I say, if you want to know a true reflection of a team, if you want to know how good a team is, you look at the league table. The league table is a testament to consistency. You want to know how good a team is, look at their consistency in the league.
That's what I'm talking. You have the nerve to still be talking, looking at the league table.
No, I'm going to explain it. Eda's question was, were we surprised at the form of Manchester United? The question is no. Because if you look at Manchester United league form in the league last season, they finished eighth last season, and now they are in 13th. So 13th, 8th, what's the difference? So it's more of a reflection of where they were last season. And when people say it's the manager, it's the formation, Ten Hag pandered to these players and he played their formation, and they still finished 8th. They still finished 8th. Amorim is playing 3 at the back system and he's languishing in 13th. So what's the difference between 8 and 13? It's more of a testament to how good the team is. Manchester United is not good enough. Even if you look at it over the last few years, our league position has been outrageous. So, and they've not even made the proper signing and they've not made the clear out. So our league position is more a testament of how good our team is. 8th, 13th, what's the difference? It's like agege bread and sliced bread. They are both bread.
It might not even be the worst thing. It might not even be 13. Maybe at the end of the season, we might even be 16th or 17th if care is not taken.
Yeah, and for me, I want us the better we finish at the bottom of the league table, the better it is for Manchester United. It's going to force the hands of the owners to actually invest in the club. I know it has like financial implication for the club, but Manchester United finishing 13th, 14th would spell a bad look for the club and will force them to invest.
Abib, let me stay with you on that one. The worry I have, because Arsenal was once in that position, and we say, "Oh, let them even finish outside of the top 4." And then we would have investment. Unfortunately, the investment didn't come. A reason why the investment didn't come, a very typical example, an O-level player like Dusan Vlahovic, told Arsenal that he cannot come to Arsenal because Arsenal does not have European football to offer. When you look at the Manchester United situation right now, we're going to sit here and talk about, they should finish lower so that there will be investment. Investment in what type of players? Because at the end of the day, there is no big player, no star player that will wake up and say, I want to go play for Manchester United, who finished 16th, who are not going to play in the Conference League, the Europa League, not going to play in, what's the other competition now? The Champions League. You guys already, you're still in the FA Cup. Anyway, you might go and win the FA Cup and go play Europa. I don't know, but it doesn't look like this Man United can go do it. But then this was how bad they were last season. And then they went on to win the finals against almighty Manchester City. So that's the possibility. But all things being equal, let's say they don't qualify for any European competition. How are you convinced that players will agree to come? That's one for you, Abib. After that, Bobby, just take it over and tell me, how many windows does Amorim need to build his team? Because the danger of what might happen is to fire Amorim next season or probably at the end of this season, and then you're caught between another rebuild of a rebuild of a rebuild again, and that's a problem. That's a very big problem. But if, let's say, Man United survive the season 1 position above relegation, nobody will listen whether Amorim is a good coach or not. So start with Abib, and then we jump to Bobby.
The first question is, if we finish like above relegation,
Abib, we can't hear you.
question is, if we finish above relegation, is there guarantee to be able to sign players? Manchester United is a big club. This is not me trolling. Manchester United signed Pogba, signed Zlatan, signed world star players. We will still attract the best of the players.
You're making
But
a
it's
mistake.
question
Man
of
United has signed Pogba and Zlatan. We're playing in the Europa Cup.
as at then.
This
As at then, it was
team
Manchester
is
United.
not going to play any
Manchester-
European competition. And then you are now having Gen Z players in the market. Gen Z players does not know that traditional history that you have. You will be left with the leftovers.
Thank you, Edafe. Thank you for pointing out that the players do not know the traditional history of Manchester United. They are not interested in money. You pay them well. Gen Z are not driven by money. All those trophy talk, like Igado will say, you can't use it to buy money in the supermarket. If a club is offering European football and I'm willing to pay a player high wages compared to that other club, that other player would sign for Manchester United. There are things Manchester United can use to incentivize a player to come play for them. It doesn't have to be the trophy, but the money is there. I will pay you more. A club is offering you European football and is willing to pay you £50,000 every week. I'm willing to pay you 100,000.
Not to cut you, but the clubs that can offer European football are current Gen Z big clubs that they are dreaming to play for. So if
and they are also willing to pay that amount of money.
Yes,
how many of them?
Maybe they'll be able to pay you 300,000. You offer 350. It's not because you're 50,000 that they would say no to a Real Madrid or something. Let's get it. It's just,
Manchester United were able to sign. Learning Euro from Real Madrid.
Who is learning Euro now?
How many people are actively pursuing him? How many people are actively pursuing him?
So how were they able to persuade him? That's
Madrid,
the question.
PSG, and Liverpool were after
No,
him.
the rumor says those clubs were after him, but nobody they didn't make any offer. There was no official offer.
Madrid actually made a bid.
There was offer.
was
Madrid
offer.
in particular.
Okay, let me forgive myself. Let me allow you people wallow in this bubble of madness that you are selling now. And I'm pretending like I'm buying, but I'm not going to buy. You're telling me that Liverpool, Arsenal, or Man City forced down to one position above relegation, they will still be able to sign the quality player because they want to pay money. Okay, everybody should be going to Saudi Arabia. Bobby, how many windows? How many windows do we?
That's why we see Zexi and Diallo starting their team because they have the money.
I will start from the question you asked Habib. I will go against Habib. Let me make it clear. If United do not qualify for Europe this season, we are fucked.
Seriously?
Because we ain't got money. You need to understand our financial situation. If we do not make Europe, see, those wages you're talking about that we could offer as of then, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, we can't offer those wages anymore. We can't offer £200,000 a week. To even offer £175,000 a week now, it's hard. We are in a mess. See, Man United have a debt of 390 million that they are paying. People that are still in the club now, they haven't finished paying. They are paying. They are offsetting the transfer fees. 390 million pounds. So if Man U do not make Europe, Champions League, most in particular, we need the Champions League. But if we don't make Europe at all, we are fucked. See, don't be surprised we end up going to go and buy Jamie Vardy, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. We are in a mess. You need to if you understand our financial situation, we are in a mess. So I
understand our financial situation.
Yeah.
But I want it to get as bad as it can get.
It's as bad as it can get. Is not qualifying for Europe.
This is where you already are now. This is as bad as it can. We're talking Man United, yo.
There will be no investment.
Some sponsors will
not
leave.
Want to put money. Even if they sell, remember, if we don't make the Champions League, our sponsorship deal with Adidas is going down. I think is it 50 million or how many million? It's going down. It's going to reduce. That is one already. Some sponsors will leave. Some sponsors are already leaving. Some players will not come. We will sell players. Our young players are going to sell them. That is why when I look at us signing young players, I like it. Yeah, young talented players. But there's a thought behind my head that tells me that we might be buying these players to groom them and sell them for profit because financially we are in a big mess. Okay, how
Manchester
many transfer?
United is the Southampton in disguise now, right?
Southampton,
It's
Everton,
not bad
Brighton, Ajax, Benfica. What?
It just takes the Glazers to sell the club and offset the loan.
The
The reason
Glazers will
why
not
we are in this
sell.
financial mess is because of 20 years of mismanagement.
Of course, of
How can you
course.
have such an innocent place and have no morals, Habib? Let's be people here.
Okay, now looking at how many years it will take Amorim to change, how many windows it will take Amorim to change this team.
Yeah.
Realistically, 5 years, 5 windows. But the problem stems from the first question you asked Habib, because the first question has to do with financials. Is Ineos ready to back Amorim? Not with mouths, not blah blah blah, not okay, kick Rashford out of the team. Rashford is not the only problem, it's just part
Why
of the
should
problem.
Ineos be the one to back Amorim? Why should someone that owns 30% of the company invest more than someone that owns 70% of the company?
Good question. Good question. What was the drugs we were sold? The drugs we were sold is that Ineos is taking over the football side of things, which I do not even believe.
Yes,
because
the football side of things, but the financial regulation is still under the Glazers.
Yeah,
So
but
they can put the right structure in place. They can identify the right profile. They can identify the right talent. But if Ineos no, if them Glazers no put money down, nothing will happen. No.
let me start from one point. Who gave Bruno his new contract?
Ineos.
£300,000 a week for
Yeah,
what?
Ineos.
If a club, a footballing board that has a brain, when he was agitating for a new contract and some clubs were interested in him, you sell him straight up. And if we sold him that time, we will get at least 80-90 million. Invest that money in the club. Do you know what we use that money to do? Because to me, Bruno does not fit the team. He didn't fit Ten Hag. He doesn't fit Amorim. Sell him. These are the wise football decisions they are not making. Okay, let's go to Dan Ashworth. You don't have money. You went all the months, went everything, paid fee. What they call that thing? Put him on gardening. He was on gardening leave. We waited for him. We missed opportunities in the transfer window. We got him in. How many months later he sacked? Is that a wise football decision? Did you not do your homework on him?
That one again is Ineos.
No.
Okay, let's go to Ten Hag.
I'm happy with the sacking of Ghana.
See,
you can't
I'll be honest.
Coaches like Gareth Southgate for Manchester United.
How
was that? Is Amorim? Okay, let's even talk about comparing. How is Amorim better than Southgate? How is Erik ten Hag better than Southgate? Let's be very honest. The thing is because the guy is an English coach. Any other foreign national who takes a team to the World Cup semi-finals, who takes a team to the Euros finals back-to-back, would be regarded as a great coach. Not too many countries, even if you lose the final. No, let's be honest.
You don't English coaches. Even you yourself don't English.
That's what I just said now. The only reason we are saying this is because he's an English coach. If his name was Lorenzo El Safino from from Spain or from Portugal, we won't be saying this now. So, do you know how good he is? He managed to take a team to the finals back-to-back. Having said that, we don't have time. Let's jump to Arsenal. How bad? I still hear people saying Arteta didn't buy players, but now we know that the exit of Edu is the greatest signing that Arsenal have made in the last 5 or 6 years. Now, how bad is it? Arsenal is begging for the rules to be bent so that they can allow a 15-year-old kid. Oh my God, I'm ashamed. Play for Arsenal in the team or probably even sit on the bench because of how depleted the team is. And the last 2 weeks was just January. And it's not like these injuries happen now. Bukayo Saka happened in December. Gabriel Jesus happened early in January. And just on and on and on and on. Arsenal, even with the full complement of their squad, everybody knew they needed at least 2 strikers, 2 players up front. A wide player and a backup for Martin Odegaard. Arsenal didn't go to buy all of those players. If Arsenal doesn't win the league title this season, who takes the lion's share or the elephant share of the blame? Bobby.
Who takes the lion's share of the blame? Even though I would give it to Arteta.
Thank you very much.
I'm not saying that Arteta should be sacked, though, like Charlie said. Arteta should not be sacked.
No, they can't sack Arteta. They can't sack Arteta.
Yeah,
come on.
No, he's done a good job up to this point, but I'll still hit the blame on him because if he really wanted a striker, I believe Arsenal would have a striker. That is my own case. I know Edu but Edu left today. Edu has been there for some years. When they finished second twice, Edu was still there. So I think if
the team that
Arteta,
finished second twice also was the second highest scoring team in the Premier League. In the first one was 6 goals behind Man United. Last season, 5 goals behind Man City, sorry, not Man United.
Man City, yeah.
How do you justify the need to sign a striker when you're that good only behind a team as incredible as Manchester City? And in one of the season, they won the treble. They trashed everybody, Europe and England. How do you justify it?
Okay, I will tell you.
Especially knowing that teams like Liverpool, Tottenham Hotspur, Man United, Aston Villa have the plethora of strikers and still end up behind us now.
Okay, I will tell you something that Charlie also said. Yes, they finished 6 goals behind
City.
Man City, yeah? But if you add a 30-goal striker to that team, how many goals above the 6 goals will it be? That is it.
This mathematics does not work. You know why this mathematics does not work? We had an Aubameyang who is a 30-goal a season striker who won the Golden Boot twice. Arsenal did not even make it into the top 4. So when you get that 30-goal striker, the problem is that you will be displacing somebody who shut up the team. Because right now, Man City have a 50-goal striker. Where are they in the league?
Okay, you remember what I said? I said some time ago. Yes, you say Aubameyang was in the team. Did Aubameyang have the right mentality? No.
I don't know.
Did the team, apart from Aubameyang, behind Aubameyang, the other cogs of the team, were they there? No. Did you have a solid defense? No. Did you have a solid goalkeeper? No. Did Arteta have the required experience he has now? No. So those things were not in place. So you don't go there. There are certain things that have to be in place. Now, what you're missing, the key thing you're missing now is that striker. Before we talk about maybe somebody who competes with Saka, somebody who competes with Odegaard, it's that striker you need. Add that striker. The striker is not that, you say that, yes, you get goals from everywhere, but what does the striker do? The striker knows his onus is to score goals. In a game, you're drawing 2-2. The striker will score 1 goal, you win 3-2. In a game, you're losing 1-0. The striker scores 1 goal, you score 1-1. He doesn't see. The striker might not even need to be the top goal scorer. He just needs to contribute his 1 goal every game. That is enough. Let's go to when Fergus signed Van Persie.
30 goals.
Van Persie was not scoring hat-tricks upon hat-tricks. He was scoring at least 1 goal per game. That was enough. 1 goal per game. That 1 goal is enough. I'll give you another example. When we won the title in 2011, there was Babatov, there was Chicharito. Babatov was the top goal scorer, but do you know who the key striker was to win that league?
Yeah.
It was Chicharito. Chicharito was scoring 1-1 goal. And when he scores a goal, that 1 goal might be a goal that will tie us 1-1. It might be a goal that will give us a win, 2-1. So that is what you need that top striker for. Get that at least every time I get my goal. Every time I get my goal. Every time I get my goal. That is what takes you over the line. The striker is the man that takes you over the line. In the Invincibles, what was Henry's main thing he was doing? In a game that you're drawing 2-2, he scores 1 goal, you win 3-2. In a game you're losing 1-8, dying minute, he will score 1-1. That is what you need. That is what I'm saying. I'm not saying, yes, I know you're getting goals from everywhere, but you need that man, that is his job. That is his main job. That is what he knows, and he will deliver.
While I agree with Bobby, I'm still a manager, and I'm always against the management. What Bobby has just described here is simple. You need players that would contribute to the success of a club. And how do you do it? You sign players. It doesn't take common sense for Arsenal management to just add 1 or 2 players. Saka was out injured with hamstring injury. Like, what will it take? You don't even add a striker, just add a body in the mix. What will it take? You don't need to sign the best of world-class players. Just add a body in the mix. So are you telling me that is Arteta's fault? Arteta repeatedly said in the press conference when they were asking him, he said, we need players. And I could see a special expression. He was saying we need players, but not just any players, but the right profile of players. So they were asking, they were trying to twist it. Well, like, are you saying that you can do well because you're scoring? We were like, no, we still need players. The right management will have gone there and added a body or two. Saka is out injured with hamstring injury, ACL. Kai Havertz has also torn his hamstring. Like the right management will have just added anybody in the mix. Jesus too was also out injured when Jesus was in the form of his life. What will it take to just add a body in the mix? Nobody is saying you should go for the Gyökeres of the world. Nobody is saying you should sign the Osimhen of the world. Just add extra body in the squad. It's as simple as that. This is where I would absorb Arteta of the blame. I can blame Arteta on like the tactics and not playing the right players or not playing the right formation. But it's not Arteta's job to sign players when he has repeatedly said in the press conference that we need players. It's as simple as that.
Now, as we go, we have 1 minute to wrap up. Bobby, who are you spending your Valentine with?
Who am I? Well, I'm working today.
Jesus, CSK,
yeah,
Udini.
Yeah, I'm working today, so I'm spending my Valentine with the hustle.
Okay, Habib, you're not working. Who are you spending your Valentine with?
In the words of our former president,
Jesus. You what?
I belong to everybody or nobody. So
everybody. Hearts are breaking. Breakfast is coming. Breakfast is coming to dinner.
Solid Bolasi breakfast.
This is Bolasi breakfast. With caviar. Everything said. Charlie, let's go to Ghana. Ghana people like to love. Everything in Ghana is about love. They are not in a hurry. Charlie, no pressure. No pressure. Charlie, who are you spending your Valentine with?
Chelsea. But after Chelsea, we have plans.
Chelsea is a club.
You are who? Is Chelsea a club or somebody?
The Chelsea club from 8 o'clock to like 9:30, but after Chelsea, we have plans.
We